Hello, it's me again, and I'm back again with another video. So I thought today, or tonight actually, thought for this video that I could do kind of a new introduction to me. So I found these 50 questions online. I literally just looked up just get to know me questions and found them. They're from, well, I got them off of Pinterest. I'm going to try to get through this quickly enough to where it's like not like longest video ever, but I hope it's not going to feel rushed. We'll see. So question number 1 is, I got my phone here. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Anywhere in the world. If I could live anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Honestly, Japan would be the big one that I would love to spend time in. I've always wanted to travel there. I've never been there. And I love Japanese culture and the food. It's amazing, and I've always been so interested in everything about Japan and the culture and the language and the history, and I think it's so beautiful over there, especially during the springtime with the cherry blossom trees. And the second question is, what is your biggest fear? So my biggest fear out of anything ever is kind of embarrassing, but oh well. Is thunder and lightning, which didn't really stem from anything, and I've just always been afraid of thunder and lightning ever since I was young, and honestly since I've gotten older, in my 30s now, it's gotten worse, so I don't know. What would you change about yourself if you could? It's the third question, and I mean, honestly, it's a little depressing, but honestly, if I could not have such severe social anxiety disorder, be able to just socialize for more easily, not be so socially awkward, that would be nice. But you know, I am pretty okay with the way that I am anyways, but in a perfect world, that would be very nice. Number 4, what is your favorite book to read? And one thing you really should know about me, if you know me, that I just don't really like to read. There's a very specific reason for that, because for me, reading just feels like work. I have a language disorder that makes it harder for me to process the words I read, so I can read like the same paragraph maybe 4 times and still not understand what I'm reading. And so it just starts to feel like work, honestly, and not really like fun. But if I do ever read, I do enjoy reading some nonfiction books about psychology, because that's just my thing, my field. I have a degree in it. So this is something that, you know, I'm already interested in. But I also am really into books about the solar system and the universe, and really makes me feel like tiny. Like, makes me remind myself of how tiny we really are on the world, on the planet. It's kind of scary, honestly, just thinking about it, but it's just very interesting. The next question, what makes you laugh the most? Whew. Hair all over my nose. Honestly, I mean, I laugh pretty easily at a lot of things, because I'm just a goofy person. I don't always want to take everything super seriously. But what makes me laugh the most, I would say, is just being able to be goofy with another person. Be my brother or my boyfriend or even just my parents, you know, like whoever it is, family, friends. Being able to be goofy with someone and laugh at the same, I don't know, stupid thing that you're looking at, like talking about, and having like an inside joke where you're just like laughing so hard about something that's just like kind of stupid, but you're still laughing at it, and it's fun to laugh together, and just things like that. Little things I laugh at the most. And number 6, so what was the last movie you went to? And believe the last movie that I went to see was on Mother's Day, and it was the movie Sinners. Very long movie that it had just came out around that time. Kind of a spooky vampire movie. It was really well done, I think. It was a beautiful movie. Very interesting. Kind of hard to get into, but I think it was definitely worth it. Though I could understand why some people would not like it. You know, some people just really didn't like it, but other people are like, oh, this is amazing. I think it was interesting. Definitely worth seeing. And number 7, what did you want to be when you were small? When I was super young, like the first job that like I wanted to have when I was young, first I remember, was wanting to be a counselor, and I've always wanted to be that. And I wasn't super young when I first thought of that either. I think when I was a kid, I was just kind of like not worrying about that at all. Not really thinking about that. So, number 8 is, if you could choose to be anything for a day, what would it be? I would choose to do anything for a day. Not be anything. Sorry. Honestly, I know it's kind of boring. For me, it's like what I love to do. Just is be around the people I love, with the people I love, with all of my animals that I love, and just spend time with them and laugh with them and, you know, relax and maybe watch a movie, maybe like, you know, go out to eat and go do some fun stuff together. And I'm very simple person like that. And what's very important to me in my life is spending time with the people that I love the most. Number 9, what is your favorite game or sport to watch and play? I don't really have a sport. They're not really my thing, honestly. I mean, I really like yoga and Pilates, and I know those aren't really necessarily sports. I mean, I like figure skating. I know it's a really like most random sport, but I think that's probably because of the fact that I have a background in ballet. I did ballet for 12 years. It's very close to my heart still. And figure skating has a lot of different aspects of ballet put into it. So that's very interesting to me. Number 10, would you rather ride a bike, ride a horse, or drive a car? For me, honestly, I'd rather just drive a car because I don't know how to ride a horse. I don't ride a bike very well, and I know how to drive my car pretty well. Honestly, the only thing that makes it dangerous is other people on the road. So, yeah, I'd definitely rather drive a car. What would you sing at karaoke night? Oh boy. This might be hard to believe, but I am a metalhead. I don't really like to call myself that, but I know people who like heavy metal is what they refer to. But I don't really have any kind of favorite songs at the moment or anything. I don't like to sing in front of people. And I know I probably end up singing like one of those classic songs. Like YMCA or something like that. Honestly. But usually I wouldn't even be singing karaoke, so who knows. And number 12, do you collect anything? And you could say I do. I have some porcelain dolls and other dolls that I have picked up over the years. I don't have a lot of them though, and I haven't gotten one in like 5 years or so, I want to say. But they're definitely a collection. I have a lot of plushies that are important to me. I know I don't care. I am in my 30s and I still love my plushies. I own a lot of Snoopy plushies, a lot of other random plushies. I have some plushies that symbolize some of the mental illnesses and physical illnesses I've gone through or have currently that I am in love with as well. Number 13, how would your friends describe you? Well, any friends or people I know usually describe me as being very soft-spoken and kind, but also very silly and goofy and kind of awkward sometimes, but most in an endearing kind of way. You get that awkwardness of being kind of socially anxious, and I'm very goofy. I kind of really start to get more silly when I'm more comfortable with people, and they notice that. So, and they notice that I'm pretty quiet too, but It's usually pretty positive. Number 14. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? And for me, it would be sushi, 100%. And I know there are plenty of people out there who do not like sushi, but that is just my favorite thing in the world. Including like real sushi with raw fish and all that. I absolutely love it. I would do it forever. Absolutely. Number 15, who was your favorite author? Now, I hate to say this, but I literally, like, I don't know a lot of authors, but there is one person that I absolutely love just because of how amazing he is at writing horror novels, and that's Stephen King. His classic horror novels are amazing, and those are some of the fiction books that I've actually been able to read. So, Stephen King. Have you ever had a nickname? What is it? And yes, I have. It is in my username. My nickname is Biss, or Bissa. This is something that kind of happened out of nowhere when I was younger, and it kind of stuck with me, and my older brother still calls me Biss all the time, and he doesn't really even call me by my actual name, which is Alyssa, which I don't mind. I think it's cute, so. Number 17, do you like or dislike surprises? Why or why not? This is an interesting question because it really depends on just, I mean, the kind of surprise. Like, if it was like a surprise party or something like that, I'd really love that and appreciate that. Because I just think that's really sweet. Nice of someone to set something up for me like that. But if it's something that, like, someone's gonna surprise me with bad news or something where it's like, I don't know, I would rather find out myself. I don't always do well with not good news. And I mean, who really wants to be surprised with bad news? But usually, for the most part, I would like surprises. Next one, 18. In the evening, would you rather play a game, watch a movie, or read? And for me, out of those three, would probably be playing a game. Because I already said I don't really like reading. Movies aren't always my favorite. I have to be in the mood for them. You know, I'm weird. But I really enjoy like board games, card games, all of that. And especially if you can find some of those really fun family games and get your cousins around, and can just be like the funniest, funnest time. And I enjoy it a lot. Number 19, would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job, and why? Honestly, for me, I think it would be nice to win the lottery. It just depends on, you know, what you do with the money. But at the same time, even if I did win the lottery, I feel like I wouldn't want to just quit my job and not work. I don't know. I feel like I'd still want to, you know, do like the career that I want to do, which is be a counselor, a therapist. I want to help people. It's like whether or not like I have all the money in the world or not, I'm still going to want to do that. Number 20, who would you want to be stranded with on a deserted island? Honestly, it would be my boyfriend, because we get along the best. Things would just make more sense. And number 21, we are getting closer to the end. My most common mental state this year was, honestly, my most common mental state for this year so far has been exhaustion. And yes, I mean mental state, like mentally exhausted, where you feel like you're just, you can't do anymore. Just after having all that serious health problems with insomnia and having no energy and just feeling so much fatigue, chronic fatigue all the time. It's just finally starting to feel better and getting back to work, and I'm like, whoa, like my brain is very tired. So here's how I grew emotionally this year. Oh, no, emotionally, definitely I have learned to be more patient with myself. And realize there are times when I need to rest and not push myself, and that is okay and perfectly acceptable to do, especially when your body is just so exhausted and needs rest. Or honestly, anytime you feel like you just need some time to yourself, it is okay to not push yourself always all the time. And a lot of times before, I had the habit of just always pushing myself and expecting so much from myself, and when I couldn't like put out enough, I would just be so discouraged in myself, and it would bring me down. Honestly, it's like, that's not okay, and it's not fair to me. I need to accept the fact that I need some rest sometimes. I deserve some rest sometimes. So does everyone else. So, ooh, and here's how I grew spiritually. So, I don't like talking about spirituality a lot. I am not religious at all in any way. I don't like religion. I literally, I don't care whatever any person wants to practice or believe in. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Absolutely. As long as they're not hurting anybody, they're not hurting themselves, I'm fine with it. And as long as they're not trying to force their beliefs on others, I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine. Because right now, and actually for most of my life, I've been what I would consider agnostic. Right now, I don't really have any kind of belief, but I'm open to it. I'm open to learning, and I like to learn about other people's beliefs. And I am also actually into kind of witchy stuff, witchcraft. I know it has a bad wrap. It's very interesting to learn about and get into like the kind of white magic, the healing aspect of it, and just I think it's very interesting. But who knows, you know, honestly, right now I'm just agnostic. Number 24, the best gift I received this year was, so far this year, the best gift I received was actually on Valentine's Day. I know. But my boyfriend did just like the sweetest, kindest thing for me. He got me my favorite roses and like filled up a whole box with all this like candy and this chocolate and just other gifts in there that were just like so sweet and really sweet card, and just like I love things that are thought out so kindly like that. It makes me feel very special. The nicest thing someone did for me this year was when I got driven around by my parents throughout this town that we were in, that we were visiting the whole time. They allowed me to go on the trip with them, not pay for anything, just kind of come along for the ride, and I thought that was super nice. You know, they're my parents and stuff, but like, I mean, I'm in my 30s now. I just feel like I should have paid for something that they wouldn't let me. And I felt very fortunate for them to do that. And if I could change one thing about this year, it would be I would be moved out already instead of being moved out towards the end of this year. Because it was my goal to be moved out already instead of moved out towards the end of the year. But it's, yeah, I know the economy, the things are just so expensive. Rent is extremely expensive where I live right now. And yeah, plus the fact that now I'm going to end up wanting to move in with my boyfriend, that would be a whole other new thing that I have to figure out. He has to have a roommate right now. I'm like, this is a big situation where I didn't end up moving out when I wanted to, so. Number 28, a new food or dish to try this year was, I tried something that was actually kind of spicy, which is amazing for me because I do not like spice at all. Like, even with white pepper or black pepper, sometimes that can be too much for me, which I know that's kind of crazy, but it was an appetizer at a really nice restaurant, and I think it was like ahi, which is like ahi tuna. It's kind of lightly seared, so hardly cooked, and had some kind of like spicy, like whipped topping on it, but it was like a whipped, like like mayonnaise with like sriracha on it or something like that. I tried that and I liked it, but still way too spicy for me, so